Hello and welcome to Blue and Orange Classics 1986 playoff. Game 2 in the Astrodome after the Mets lost the first game to Mike Scott. You see Bob Ojeda's career stats. This is his career year in 86. In addition to pitching a complete game, he's going to make 3 athletic plays that are the difference. And of course, he's opposed by Nolan Ryan. At this point, Nolan Ryan's 39. You can see the stats, though, still excellent. You know, the Ryan Express is moving. Here he is back in 69 when he was 21 years old, winning it all with the Mets. And he was the pitcher in some key moments in that 69 series. So Ryan gets through the first inning, no issues. And Ojeda, as we said, the unsung hero of the staff, he's really going to calm the Mets down. Now, the Mets haven't scored in 10 straight innings. And so he takes to the hill. Important that he holds serve, and there's just a mean slow curve to Billy Hatcher. Strikes out the first batter. You know, then he goes up and away with the heater to get Billy Doran. You know, the Astros are trying to stack the right-handed hitters against him, and he doesn't care. You know, there's my little changeup, outside corner. You know, I got Keith at first. He's going to dig anything, make Rafi Santana look good. Hey, Rafi, you're going to be a big part of a rally. Meanwhile, the Ryan Express rolling along. Gary Carter swinging through a lot of heat in this series, and we'll talk about that because his next at-bat is going to make an adjustment. Slumps during a playoff series are difficult, and Gary just looks in between. That guy's throwing heat. And Tim McCarver says you don't see Gary Carter make this many defensive swings, and it's true. He can't catch up to the heater, and it's a bad time for that type of slump. Up comes Strawberry. And Ryan owns him. And that's huge, too. 14 strikeouts in 26 career at-bats. Darryl only has 3 hits. But there's going to be some key moments in this series where Darryl gets big hits. Great late swing there. He just missed that on the outside part of the plate. And then the breaking ball. Look at Darryl swing over it. Started way too early to be ready for the Ryan Express. And then, no. And the crowd in Houston's loving it. Mookie's going to take a bad ball below the strike zone. And oh, Billy Hatcher. Billy, I always lose my hat. Billy no Hatcher. It's goose eggs so far. We always talk about a team hitting a pitcher's mistakes, and that's how they win. And Ojeda just has a good night where he makes a mistake there and Bass homers, but foul. And, of course, Bass is just kind of all over his changeup. He leaves one up here in the zone, and Bass just takes it into the gap all the way to the wall. That's a double. Nice play, Mookie. Hit the cut. Nice fundies, but that's a double. And Bass is at second. Crowd's kind of going crazy. Pitching is all about location, and Ojeda left a changeup down and in that Bass drove foul. So now he tries to go away with the change. You see Ojeda leave that one up. And that leads to the first important play Ojeda makes with his legs. Little check swing, great changeup. He grabs it, and he outraces Bass, tags him before he gets to the plate. Realized he didn't have enough time to flip it to Carter, so he took care of it himself. And this is just Bob Ojeda being an athlete. The Mets had a bunch of pitchers that were athletes. They could field their position. They could get on base. They could run the bases. And this is the first play Ojeda makes in the game. He's going to make 3. Where he just is an athlete even though he's the pitcher. And he comes straight down, gets Bass really like on the ear there, tries to grab the ump. Hey, Lee Wire, keep me from falling. Didn't work. Then he gets out of the inning by painting the corner. Lee Wire gives him the call. Is it off the dish a little? Yeah. Did the Hall of Famer Gary Carter frame it beautifully? Yeah. So it's a strike. Meanwhile, Nolan Ryan, perfect through 3 innings. He's going to get to 9 up and 9 down. There's the heater. Blows it right by Ray Knight. Some crazy stuff about Nolan Ryan. He once pitched 9 shutouts in a season. 9. And came in 8th in the Cy Young Award voting that year. He has over 5,700 career strikeouts. Obviously, that leads all of baseball history. And then, of course, he has about 2,800 walks, which is also a career record. Just that fastball, just blowing it by them. 39-year-old Nolan Ryan. There's Rafi Santana just getting overpowered. And then here he gets just ugly to Ojeda. throws him the breaking ball to strike out the side. Look at Ojeda's face. Ojeda's like, come on, man, that's cold-blooded. The breaking ball? Come on. But Ojeda holds serve, and really quickly, after 10 up, 10 down, the game's going to get decided in a hurry. And that's what these 86 Mets could do. They could score in bunches, and they could score quickly. Backman's going to break up the 10 in a row. Perfect game by chopping one up the middle. Little artificial turf, bouncing, seeing eye hit. Putting one on with one out for Hernandez, and we see where Ryan stands in NLCS history at the time. Hernandez gets jammed by this fastball, keeps the bat level, little bloop into center. There's Billy Hatcher losing his hat again. Our second hat loss of the game. And this puts 2 on for Gary Carter. Overpowered by the fastball his first time up. He looks away, looks heater, and he goes with it. And he drives it off the wall in the Astrodome. That's a pretty good poke. Yes, Billy Hatcher's hat fell off again. Kevin Bass, good carom play, not so good on the throw, but it doesn't matter. Second and third, Mets finally score. Mets have finally broken through, and they're up 1-0. And Ryan's like, man, I was blowing it by him before. I needed to get it up in the zone. And Carter stayed with it, looked away, looked heater, looked bad his last time up on the heater, expected to get one from Ryan. And he drove it, and yes, Billy Hatcher lost his hat again. And the same way Carter adjusted from his first at-bat, Strawberry will. He missed an outside fastball last time. This time he tomahawks one that's already at sacrifice fly height. It was so tall of a pitch. And Hernandez comes in clapping because now it's a 2-0 lead for the Metropolitans. Big sac fly for Darryl. Bench is pumped. Ryan's like, dude, up and away, out of the zone. Got him to chase, but he was still on top of it. And really key play here, Ojeda's going to get out of an inning. He's going to put some runners on, and he gets out of the inning. And it's so important when your team takes the lead, especially on the road in a playoff game, that you put up a goose egg that next inning. And with Ray Knight's defensive help, he does. So in the fifth, Fael Santana gets a 1-out single. Bob Ojeda's legs, again, being an athlete, that's not a double play. I'm going to beat that out. Is going to make the inning. And this is the second time we've seen Ojeda be an athlete, and the second time we've seen one of the Mets' weaker hitters start a rally. Lenny gets a pitch he likes and launches it. And Ryan thinks, I don't like that. The way you're just looking way comfortable up there. Let's get to some old school baseball, son. Let me show you how it works with the high heat. And whoa, Lenny, get out of there. And he stares out at the legendary Nolan Ryan. And this is a moment. I feel like Ryan woke the Mets up right here. Because right at the brim of his helmet, like stop diving out over the plate. I'm coming for you, Dykstra. And then he just blows a bubble. You know, that's baseball. I didn't hit you. I warned you. Move your feet. Don't look so comfortable up there. I had 10 up, 10 down in this game. How am I down 2-0? But Lenny's going to take some stock, catch his breath, and he's going to look at a nasty curveball. So the up and in heater to the brim of the helmet, followed by the breaking ball. But Lenny takes note and goes the other way with the breaking ball. And how good do you think that feels for Lenny Dykstra after having one up at his noggin? And he's a little bit right there saying, that's what you get. Yeah, you want to go away with that? I'll go with it. Just good hitting. Shoots it right through the hole. Keeps the inning going. And we're going to see Bob Ojeda be an athlete with his legs again. And Wally Backman can best be described as a pesky hitter. Again, goes up the middle. And the hatless Hatcher with the throw. Up the line, Ojeda scores. A pitcher challenging the arm of a center fielder playing shallow with 2 out, and Ojeda comes anyway. And had the throw been on line, he's meat at the dish. But the throw's not on line. You gotta love third baseman trying to mess with the pitcher, pretending he's pointing at the cutoff, and he's just trying to mess with him. Hernandez, tell him to slide, tell him to go left. No, not so much. But still, Bobby O gets it done. Athletically avoids the catcher to make it 3-0. Now Keith Hernandez, 2 out at bat. Mr. Clutch doesn't chase the low fastball. He's like, I'm going to make Ryan bring it up. Looking for a pitch he can drive. Middle of the zone. and Hernandez smokes it. And the hat flies off. Hatcher dives, misses it, goes all the way to the wall. Backman with the two-footed stomp on the plate with the 5th run. Hernandez pumped with a triple at third. He's like, triple! I remember triples. Early in my career, I had triples. Busch Stadium. Triples ballpark, man. I hit triples. But this is in the playoffs, in the Astrodome. We're breaking it open right here in the 5th. And this is clutch. 5-0 versus 3-0. This is huge. And he ropes it just out of the reach. And Hatcher, great hat tricks on the Hatcher, but not so much with the glove. Great effort, though, Billy. I mean, he was on his horse, and Keith's like, woo, my ticker. That was the last time I had a triple. He's even joking with Lee Wire, who wants, really no part of it. Keith, I'm an impartial judge. I'm an out. But it's 5-0 now in the 5th. And those 2 extra runs there with 2 out, that lets Ojeda be Ojeda. He can just change speeds, stay in the zone, throw strikes, ends up scattering 10 hits and only giving up 1 run. The tying run never comes to the plate, and the changeup working right till the end, the final out. As Ojeda gets the complete game, Gary Carter fired up. The boys came to Houston to get a split, right? We're on the road. We just got to get a split. Hernandez pretty fired up. The story of the game, Bob Ojeda's clutch pitching and the clutch hitting of the Mets, but also Bob Ojeda's legs, being an athlete, beating out that double play attempt on the bunt and then forcing the bad throw and scoring with 2 out from second base. And, of course, keeping Kevin Bass from scoring in the beginning of the game. Bob Ojeda, the unsung hero of the 86 staff, gets the win, and the series will shift to Shea Stadium. So this is a Blue and Orange classic playoff game. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, and we'll catch you next time on Blue and Orange Classics.